He's the governor.
He wants to talk to you about crime and the law, and the next speaker after him will be James Ritchie.
Great.
You don't want to go,
Not until he's done. Good evening, Governor. Thanks for coming. Actually, this is about the intersection of crime and mental health, oddly enough. You said that you want to prevent guns from falling into the hands of people who ought not to have them.
Right.
Well, in 2011, Jordan Marsh pled guilty to a single charge of stealing a firearm. He was given a suspended sentence of 18 months with 2 years of probation. He allegedly stole 11 guns, but he was only charged with a single D felony. Because he's schizophrenic and he's been in and out of treatment, he's already a prohibited person under current law before Public Act 13.3 passed. So he just decided, since he can't buy a gun, he'll just go steal them. And last December, right around the same time as the Sandy Hook atrocity, he was arrested yet again for stealing more firearms from the same shop in East Windsor. And I don't know what the disposition of the current case is. Last I was able to find about it was that he has in fact been charged with several felonies. I don't know if he's out on bond. That information wasn't available. But can you point to anything at all in Public Act 13.3 that's going to stop someone like him from being able to get access to guns by giving us a place where we can put him where he's not going to harm himself or other people?
Sure. He won't be able to go to a gun show in our state and buy a gun without a background check.
Okay. You don't need a background check to steal a gun.
No, wait a minute. You asked if there's anything in the bill.
That's going to prevent him stealing a gun.
Right. And what I'm saying is he will not be able to legally access a gun. And that's in the bill. And I can't prevent every event from happening, and unfortunately there are criminals in the world, and there are people with mental illness. That's a reality. But I'm not sure I understand your point.
Okay, let me try and clarify it then.
Sure.
Jordan Marsh is a schizophrenic, and as you know, it's a lot of cases with people who have schizophrenia. They take their medication, they feel better. Oh, I'm better. They stop taking their medication, and they begin the slow slide back into schizophrenia. If I'm pronouncing that correctly, I apologize if I'm not. His parents have given up on trying to keep him medicated. And so he goes off his medication, he steals guns, he has violent fantasies. And there's nothing anybody can do. His parents have exhausted all of their legal options. There's nothing they can do to put him in a place where he will be safe and where he can't hurt other people. And so one of the big things that we were told was going to be a focus during the hearings for SB 1160 was mental health. And from what I've read of the bill, I don't see anything that actually increases the availability of treatment or the availability of, I don't know the appropriate term for it, but hospitalization. Instead, we seem to be opting for waiting for them to do something illegal and incarcerating, which isn't going to solve the problem, near as I can tell, because Jordan Marsh got an 18-month suspended sentence for stealing 11 guns, when he probably should have been put into a hospital where he would get treatment for his schizophrenia.
It sounds like when Jordan, from your description, when Jordan got out, he would again stop taking his medication. And this is it's a tough question.
Now, the medication thing for that, I just want to say for the record, I don't know what his history was on that. I'm not privy to that information. But I'm assuming that he was not medicated.
So then both of us are assuming a lot of things in having this discussion. So let me be very clear. Connecticut ranks probably in the top 5 states with respect to its approach to mental health. We have 43,000 people who have access to mental health treatment because of the LEA in our state that wouldn't have it in any other state in the nation. I'm interested in supporting and making stronger our mental health system. I believe that treatment should be made available to anyone who needs it as quickly as that is possible, and if that's possible on demand, that it would take place. There are, unfortunately, individuals who commit crimes. And as you said, he's done this again. One presumes that the sentence after being convicted on second offense won't be suspended. And quite frankly, he'll have a period of, presumably have a period of incarceration, during which we'll do everything in our power to make sure that he gets the treatment that he should get, and hopefully recovers to the point, at the very least, that he follows the doctor's directions or the medications he should take. I believe that we need to evolve this system. That's why, with respect to the Sandy Hook panel that I put together, it actually probably overrepresents the mental health side as well as the security side, as opposed to the traditional policing or gun side, because I have a very active interest in making sure that our state does a better job in treating individuals with mental health difficulties. One of the issues I think that you're also raising is should we develop a system that requires people to take medication to stay out of a hospital?
I think there's the reason we haven't seen something like that is there is a delicate civil liberties balance.
Correct. Right. So I think that is that delicate balance. So the balance that then we have relied on historically in the state of Connecticut is when that individual refuses to take their medication, and in refusing to take that medication becomes an active risk to themselves or to the society as a whole, at which time they can be placed in a hospital. Normally those proceedings are brought by family members or, in some instances, by law enforcement or social service agencies who may be interacting with that individual. I think that that's the appropriate balance, but I'm, again, open on other suggestions. Certainly I've looked at what other states have done with respect to this issue, and if you want to share information with me, I assure you I'd be happy to get it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Governor,